Hello, good people from wherever you're watching from. Welcome back. And I don't know how to put it, but today I just wanted to. In today's channel, it's a little bit creepy. It's a little bit creepy, especially to the male audience. Not creepy, but a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit uncomfortable to my male audience. So if at all you feel that the video is not going to get along with you, kindly don't watch. Yes, kindly don't watch. If at all you feel that you're not going to be comfortable with whatever I'm going to talk about, it's okay if you don't watch. So that's what I wanted to talk about to start with before I continue. But to all my male audience that feel that they're going to watch it because maybe in one way or another, or maybe you're a parent, maybe you're a parent to a girl, yes, it's okay for you to watch. But if at all you feel that you are not going to be comfortable with whatever I'm going to talk about, because I'm going to talk about menstrual health. Menstrual health. I know some male audience may feel that it's a little bit like a female thing, and so they'll feel uncomfortable to watch. It's okay if you don't watch it. But if you feel that it's okay, you can watch it till the end, it's also okay, and I welcome you. So in menstrual health, I wanted to talk a little, to touch on menstrual health, especially when it comes to girl child in the village or in the remote part of Africa, the village. Because you'll find that, okay, to those people who don't know, who don't understand, or maybe don't get what I'm talking about, menstrual health is the period, menstrual period, menstrual cycle. Now that is what I'm talking about. Yeah, that is what I'm talking. The monthly flow. Yeah, in women, ladies, or girls. That is what I'm talking about. So I wanted to touch on menstrual health in the village, especially when it comes to girl child, because this is something that most of the people don't talk about. Yeah, I know most of the people don't talk about, or maybe they share about talking about it, or maybe there's this stigma in talking about menstrual health because it is like female thing, it's a girl thing, or it's like a lady thing, but it's something normal. Yeah, so I just wanted to touch on it concerning girls, or like or kids, let me say just children in the village. Because while growing up, okay, we used to encounter different scenarios whereby maybe somebody, or a girl, maybe has started her period, or maybe just started her period in school without any knowledge on how to go about everything, and or something of that sort. So you can imagine a situation whereby this happens to a girl in the remote part of the country, or in the community, or in the village. In the because you'll find that most of the girls, they can't afford the sanitary towels. For those people who don't know sanitary towels, okay, especially to my to my male audience, sanitary towels are the towels, or rather they are pieces of clothes. How can I put it? Can I put it like pieces of clothes, or towels? Because they're not, it's not like they're towels, but they are pads. Yes, let me say that. They are pads. Sanitary towels are pads. Because I remember, by the way, when I was joining high school, there is this form that you're normally being given to fill, or to go about it, to read. Newsletter. It's not a newsletter. Calling letter. Yeah, in Kenya it's called calling letter. So when you're done with your primary school, that is class 8, the 8 years school, because in Kenya we have 844, but currently the 844 is being scrapped out. We are having a different kind of system, CBC. So when we used to have this 844, after finishing primary, we used to go to our secondary. So when you're being called to a certain school, maybe a certain like secondary school, there's this calling letter, there's letter that you're being given, so that at least you can present it when you're going to high school. if at all I'm talking to people from Kenya, you know that one. But if at all I'm not talking to people from Kenya, people are watching me from all over the world. They know, yes. Okay, so if at all I'm talking to those people who are not in Kenya, who non-Kenyans. So once you get this, the newsletter, not the newsletter, the calling letter. This is something that you are supposed to go through it, read the rules, regulations, and everything that is concerned about the school, and what you need to take with you to school, what you need to buy, and such. So there's a scenario whereby when I was joining high school now, that is in Form 1, year 9, let me put it that way. So when I was joining Form 1, there's this parent that came. He had everything. He had everything that was listed in that calling letter, except the sanitary towels. Because in the calling letter too, they just wrote sanitary towels, thinking that everybody should know what sanitary towels are, not knowing that we still have like single parents who are fathers. Yeah, single mothers, single fathers. We have single parents who are fathers, and they know nothing about sanitary towels. So this parent came to drop this child to school, her daughter to school. But what was lacking was the sanitary towel. So he was like, people are asking the teacher on it was asking him. Now, I can see that you've already brought everything, but you don't have the sanitary towels. Where are they? So he was like, I've looked for the sanitary towels everywhere. I've gone to the supermarket. I've looked for the sanitary towels, but I couldn't find them. I even asked the attendants, the supermarket attendants, where the sanitary towels were, but nobody will tell me. Nobody knew. They were just like, we don't know. Maybe they're finished. Yeah? So everybody just busted and started laughing at this guy, like, you mean you've looked for sanitary towels even in the supermarkets and you couldn't find them? So there was this madam. I can remember her very, very well. I can remember. So the madam just told him, can you please give me 100 shillings? I go bring you some. The madam took the money, went to the school's canteen, and brought Always. You all know Always sanitary towels. You know, we have different brands. We have Always, we have Soft Care. Is it Soft Care? We have Marvel Girl. Marvel Girl is my favorite. I don't know whether I have some. I think I have. We have Marvel Girl. One day I'll talk about all those ones, all of those sanitary towels, the ones that I use. Yes, the one that I feel that is best for me. We have Marvel Girls, we have, is it Soft Care? Then we have Cortex, then we have All Time. Yeah, we have different brands. So the madam just went to the school's canteen and came back with Always, a pack of Always. I don't know how much it costed during that time, but right now it depends. We have the ones that have wings and the wingless, and then the heavyweight ones and the light ones. Yeah, so it depends with the size that you want and the quality that you want. So she just went and brought it to him and gave it to him and told him, this is the sanitary towels that we're talking about. This is something that she's supposed to be using when she's supposed to be using when that time comes. Yeah, when she starts receiving her periods, this is what she's supposed to be using. The guy was like, oh, I never knew. This is a towel. And then why are you two? He was like, why are you calling it a towel? It's not even a towel. It's not a towel. I thought that it was something big. You're like a towel. So I was looking for a sanitized towel. So the guy was like looking for a sanitized towel, of which he couldn't get a sanitized towel. Instead of looking for a sanitary towel, he was busy looking for a sanitized towel. So he was like, this small thing, I thought that was sanitized towel, something so big. And then the madam, people just busted and started laughing at him. That was by the way. So where was I? So you'll find that in most of the places, like in most of the villages or maybe in communities, they can't afford the sanitary towels, or they cannot even access the sanitary towels, or they don't even know how to go about it. You know, when it comes to like menstrual health, people shy away from talking about it. Even parents even parents, yes, even parents shy away from talking to their kids about their menstrual health and such stuff. You'll find that maybe a parent will be like, if her daughter starts having her period, he'll take the doctor to the daughter, I mean, to the grandmother, so that the grandmother can talk to her about her body, the changes in her body and her menstrual health and such. Or she would even take the child, or even talk to somebody else to help her talk to her daughter about the changes in her body, her menstrual health and such. The parent will shy away from talking about such stuff. That is African parents. They don't want to talk, even if it's vagina, they don't want to say that, you should be washing your vagina like this. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to call it the way it's supposed to be called. To them, it's like a taboo or something of that sort. They feel uncomfortable talking to their girls or even the boys about their health and their body parts. So that is something that normally happens there in the villages or in the communities, and even till now it's still happening. Even though people have been liberated, or even people are just kind of like exposed, how to go about stuff, there's still that stigma when it comes to talking about your health and your body with your daughter. Yeah, in most cases it's still happening, though some parents do talk about that with their daughters, but you'll find that there are some parents that they cannot talk about that with their daughters. So that is something that happens. It's happening. In fact, it's still happening in the villages or in the communities. It's still happening. Okay, so coming to that, you'll find that, okay, they don't talk about to their daughters about that. So when that time comes, because even me as a person, my mom never talked to me about that. She never talked, even touched, let alone even touching on that matter of menstrual health. She never touched at all about it. Menstrual health or menstrual cycle or even the periods, I learned about them when I was in school. Yes, it was like health or something, reproduction and something in school. That is when I learned about periods and so, but the teacher couldn't even get more into it. It was just like something that is being rushed upon, so that you just finished. The teacher just finishes whatever she's supposed to be talking about. Like, you would find that she's like not comfortable talking about it. Yeah, she wasn't even comfortable talking about it. It was something like the changes in our body, this and that, hips enlarged, breasts, then you start receiving your menstrual period, something of that sort. We were not being given all the information that was required of us. So even when I started receiving my own menstrual periods, that was when I was when I started receiving it in class 8. Yeah, in class 8. So it was kind of hard on me. It was very hard. It was very hard on me because living in the village, and the place is very remote. The shops are very remote. Even you cannot even go and access even if you started, let's say, for example, you start today, you couldn't even access, like going to the market to buy them. It was very far. And in most of the shops in the villages, you wouldn't find them because most of the people don't use them. So there was no need of even stocking the village people, the village shopkeepers, stocking their shops with sanitary towels or pads, because who would use them? Who would use them? And it is in the village. Instead of buying that, instead of wasting my time and my money, my hard-earned money, to go buy sanitary towels, that is the money that I can use to buy sugar. You see, so most of the shops, in fact, not even most, all shops, you couldn't even get them. If I told you would go looking for sanitary towels, you couldn't even get. Right now, you can even get even Pampers, but then you couldn't even get. So I remember when I started my period, by the way, when I started my period, it was very hard on me. It was very hard on me. I also had that fear and that stigma that it was still not sinking in me that I was growing. Yeah, it was still not sinking inside me that I was growing, and this is okay. Yes, it is okay to have these changes. Yeah, it wasn't sinking in that I was growing, and these are the changes that I was supposed to be seeing. It was like a fantasy to me. It was even if I could see the changes in my body, it was like a fantasy. Now the big blow came when I started receiving my periods. That was the big blow to me. It was a big blow. I was like, you see, that, like, what is happening? Yeah, that fear crept me. because it started at night. When I woke in the morning, I was like, blood all over. I was like, what is this? And it's school time. I'm supposed to be going to school. Do you know what I did? I just woke up, covered everything. Yes, because I was like, everybody's now going to know. If at all I don't cover it up with the blanket and then spread everything in the way it's supposed to be spread, everybody's going to know that I've started bleeding. And I was like, no, this is not going to happen. How are they going to view me? How are they going to see me? So that is what I did. I just spread everything, okay, went to the shower, showered, and do you know what I was using? Rags. Rags. Just something just came to me and told me, something just came in my mind, and I thought that no, because I don't have the sanitary pads. What am I supposed to be using? Rags. Why don't I go just take one of my t-shirts, cut it into pieces, then use it, and then take one with me to school? Because okay, luckily for me, my school was next. My home was next to school. It was just like not even 1 minute, just seconds, and you are in school. Just a second, and you are in school. It was only the fence that was separating us. So it was very easy for me to go and come back, even if my, what do you call it? The rag that I was using get filled up. It was very easy for me to go and come back and change and wash it quickly, and then air it out and then go back to school. But the difficulties that I was getting, it was during rainy season. During rainy season, I was really it was really affecting me. It was always the worst days of my life. The worst days in my life. Because I would come, I would wash it, the pieces of clothes that I was using there, and they're not even getting dried up. So it was very hard for me. It was very hard because at the end of the day, my mom would be like, why is it that most of your clothes are torn? Yeah. Why is it that most of your clothes are torn? The other t-shirt, I can see that it has been cut. Who cut it? I was like, me, I don't know. Because I never wanted to open up to her and tell her, like, you don't know, this is what is happening. I've started receiving my periods, and since I don't have the pads, this is what I'm using. And even her, she wasn't even free with me to ask me, like, have you even started receiving? Yeah, because there's a way that you can ask your daughter, have you even, this is what is happening to girls. You can see this so and so even is is like growing. Even you, it will come a time whereby you'll also start seeing the changes that she's also having, or we are also seeing in her, and this is also going to happen. You're going to start bleeding, in quotes. You're going to start receiving your period. No, I was not prepared. It just came to a shock to me, like, and I had to embrace it. So I embraced it. Still, I finished class 8 and went to high school. So in high school is when I first received or even touched a sanitary towel, and I was like, is this how it feels? Is this the texture? I didn't even know how to use it, so it was like trying to open it and see how the wings are supposed to be folded, because it was used to leak a lot. So I was like, how am I going to cope? Before I went to high school, because it was a boarding school, I was like, how am I going to cope when I go to school? When I go to boarding school? In fact, I started to have that fear. If at all I go to boarding school, how am I going to go about everything? Am I going to take these pieces of clothes with me to school, or what? What am I going to do? So when it came to when I received my calling letter and I was supposed to go to a high school, I packed. In fact, I packed some of my rags. Yes, I packed some of my rags. You can imagine. I packed them. Yes, and I hid them so well that nobody could even see. But one of the teachers saw them and asked me, what are these for? And I told her, these are my handkerchiefs. And she was like, your handkerchiefs? She never wanted to ask a lot. And she just let it pass. Okay, so where was I? So when it comes to menstrual health, especially in the villages, especially in this story, I can see that this one is going to be a long one. This one is going, menstrual health is, I can see that it's going to be a long one, and I'm going to have, because I don't want this video to take long to go to that extreme, to take a lot of time. So we're going to have a part 2. Yes, we are going to have a part 2 of it. So tomorrow I'm going to do a part 2 of the video concerning menstrual health, especially to girls in the villages, yes, in Africa. So if at all you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed, please do the needful. Subscribe and share, and tell a friend to tell a friend about us. Yes, tell a friend to tell a friend about us, and remember to always like. Remember to always like. So subscribe. Till we meet tomorrow for part 2 of this. Good night.